Someone you know? Or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
Click online at WCLUradio.com. You can submit items and pictures. You can check on contact numbers and browse the huge selection of items added each day. Swap and Shop, brought to you by Glasgow Building Supply, your Anderson window dealer.
Did you know termites cause over $5 billion in property damage each year? Luckily, you can protect your home with Arrow Exterminators and the Centricon system with always active technology. Centricon creates a protective barrier around your home to stop termites before they ever have the chance to attack. It is truly investment protection for your home. The pros at Arrow Exterminators also specialize in pest, mosquito, and fire ant control. And you can feel good knowing that all services are backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. All you have to do is schedule a free home evaluation, and a licensed Arrow professional will come to your home and inspect, identify, and then treat in the most environmentally responsible method available today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or arrowexterminators.com. It's not just pest control, it's Arrow Exterminators Pest Control.
A local radio service of Royce Radio Incorporated. This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Munfordville, Glasgow.
Good morning to WCLU, where it's just before 6 o'clock, and we have a temperature reading downtown of 69 degrees. Brendan Crane reports local news on WCLU. Following this from CBS News, it's 6 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Real news, real reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Life after last week's powerful earthquakes in Southern California is a tough adjustment. Correspondent Carter Evans is in hard-hit Ridgecrest.
How are you feeling? Still nervous. It hasn't settled. Every time the ground starts shaking, the mind goes back.
Flavio Montes and his family have been sleeping outside a Red Cross shelter.
We ended up coming out here because my kids wouldn't, every time a little shake would happen, they just started panicking.
There have been 4,000 aftershocks, and seismologists are warning the big one may not be far behind. Reports say ICE officials have been mining state databases to search for undocumented immigrants with legal driver's licenses. Cybersecurity expert Adam Levin has a problem with that.
Facial recognition technology has not proved to be 100% accurate, especially when you're dealing with persons of color.
Billionaire financier Jeffrey Epstein is expected to appear in federal court in New York today to face charges of sex trafficking. CBS's Mola Langhi.
Epstein's arrest by federal agents in New Jersey came as he stepped off his private jet when it arrived from Paris. The 66-year-old multi-millionaire hedge fund manager, also a registered sex offender, is accused of paying underage girls for massages and molesting them at his homes in Florida and New York.
The U.S. women's soccer team is savoring another World Cup victory.
The American women proved their dominance.
It's awesome. They played amazing. They won!
Now, after a night of celebrating, they prepare to return home. On Wednesday, a ticker tape parade in New York. As for another possible visit,
are you about to go to the White House?
Coach Jill Ellis was asked about that.
I'm sure you're about to be invited.
Well, I wouldn't bet on that.
And with this chant inside the stadium yesterday, some players say their focus will now be to fight for equal pay. Steve Futterman, CBS News, at the Women's World Cup in Lyon, France.
A toxic layer of blue-green algae will have beaches in Mississippi closed again today, including Pascagoula's.
And just keep going and going and going. You know, I don't know if it's ever going to get better. I hope it does.
There's a historic legal settlement for Paul McCartney's ex.
Heather Mills and her sister have received what Mills herself is calling a record libel settlement from the defunct News of the World newspaper. They also got a public apology for the tabloid's hacking of their phones back in 2010. Among other things, Mills accused the tabloid of leaking the contents of Paul McCartney's calls and voicemail messages to her and then allowing her to take the blame. Elton John and Elizabeth Hurley among the celebrities who've also received settlements over the scandal. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
S&P futures are down 7. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them. So shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions? Right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions.
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, equal housing insurer.
We apologize for this Walmart grocery pickup commercial. Because while you can't see the groceries I'll describe, my words may make your stomach growl loud. Get the baby carrots you crunch and the sweet ripe berries that make your mouth water. And now you can order online and get free curbside pickup, freshness guaranteed. So pick up these delicious things without even leaving your car. Sorry, that was my stomach. Walmart grocery pickup, $30 minimum. Restrictions apply. If you're not happy with your order, contact customer care for a refund.
Apollo 11 buffs, there is something new to download.
Just about everyone's heard this.
It's one small step for man,
but not necessarily this.
Okay, all flight controllers, gonna go for landing.
Researchers at the University of Texas, Dallas have spent 6 years digitizing thousands of hours of Apollo 11 recordings, 30-channel tapes that were recorded on a now obsolete machine. UT Dallas's John Hansen says if you did it a track at a time,
it would take you about 172 years to digitize all of Apollo.
Instead, he says they rewired the machine to play back all 30 tracks. You can hear some of those behind-the-scenes recordings at exploreapollo.org. Peter King, CBS News at the Johnson Space Center.
It was a bear of a ride in Boulder. Police in Colorado say a delinquent bear climbed into a car through an unlocked driver's door and butt-shifted it into neutral while he was trying to escape. Car rolled backward off the driveway, slid 100 feet downhill before it hit a tree. The crash popped a door open and the bear got away. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Ever wonder why Europeans seem to speak so many languages? Maybe it's because they use Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Babbel's award-winning technology gets you speaking right away, whether you're learning Spanish, French, or German. And best of all, you'll remember what you've learned.
I always thought I was bad at languages, but after using Babbel, I can tell you I was just taught the wrong way.
Using Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons, you can be speaking confidently in your new language within weeks.
I was amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app to try it for free.
Experience no-hassle shopping at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow. Ford's Furniture. Furniture you know. People you trust.
Glasgow consists of over 8,000 homes and businesses, with a powered broadband grid consisting of 11,452 poles and 1,437 miles of electric and cable lines that are all powered by the Glasgow Electric Plant Board. The Glasgow EPB also has 5,700 cable modems across Glasgow, providing customers with high-speed internet access. The Glasgow EPB manages all of these great services with a staff of less than 50 people that are dedicated to connecting Glasgow to the future. Stay up to date with the Glasgow EPB today on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on glasgowepb.net. Local folks, local food, local crafts, and local music. It's every Saturday when your hometown comes together to celebrate all of its bounty. It's Bounty of the Barons Farmers Market, a Kentucky proud event on the square in downtown Glasgow, every Saturday now through the end of October. And the best part of Bounty of the Barons is that it's a local producers-only farmers market, which means that you won't find anything like it anywhere else. We are Kentucky proud, featuring local produce, fresh-cut flowers, beef, pork, lamb, chicken, cheese, honey, soaps, lotions, and a whole lot more. Enjoy socializing with hometown folks while you browse local vendors at the Bounty of the Barons, presented by Sustainable Glasgow and a Kentucky Proud event. Come out and visit us or check us out online at bountyofthebarons.com. Bounty of the Barons, every Saturday on the square in Glasgow, where we are Kentucky Proud.
Depend on WCLU Local News. Online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning from WCLU. Waking up with a temperature reading of 69 degrees this morning. It's Monday, the 8th day of July. And we'll be checking in with Ken Boone here in a second of the Weather Channel. Another hot day today. But let's talk about our birthday honorees here. First of all, we've got Robert Bagby, Fred Young, Jeremy Reese, Jeff Settle. Dana Denton has a birthday today. It's Amanda Cash celebrating. We understand that Amanda is 37 today. Caleb Fisher with a birthday. Andy Medley has a birthday today, too. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, a simple click here at WCLUradio.com. Now, let's see what Ken Boone says about the way the weather is shaping up for today.
Patchy fog for us here this morning. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sunshine for us here today. A stray shower thunderstorm can't be ruled out today, but I do think they'll be few and far between. Temperatures into the upper 80s this afternoon. Mainly clear skies tonight, upper 60s. It'll be hot heading through midweek. Partly cloudy Tuesday, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Wednesday with a stray storm possible, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Thursday. Again, a stray shower storm possible, low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
So these pop-up showers from the weekend actually amounted up to a bit of rain. Overall for the weekend, we've had 83 hundredths, 0.83 from the rain gauge. Winds out of the northeast, a couple of miles an hour. Pressure is at 29.92, 96 sticky degrees. I'll tell you, it's sticky. 96% humidity and 69 degrees. You put those together, that's where you get the sticky. And we'll have Brendan Crane in the newsroom straight ahead after this.
Have you considered what your retirement looks like? Here are some things about retirement that may surprise you. 64% of retirees say they are confident about having enough money to live comfortably throughout their retirement years. Yet according to the Economic Policy Institute, nearly half of families have no retirement account savings at all. In 2017, more than 67% of retirees depended on Social Security as a major source of their income. The average monthly Social Security benefit at the beginning of 2018 was $1,404. Due to health care costs associated with living longer, 26% of workers now intend to keep working until age 70 and beyond, and 10% don't intend to retire at all. The 65 and older group is expected to become larger and have more influence in the future. Have you made arrangements for health care? Are you comfortable with your investment decisions? If you are unsure about your decisions, give the Fouch Wealth Advisory Group, Sam Dickinson, or Brian Basinger a call at 270-651-2663. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hillier W. Alliance LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
What if your doctors treated you like family, your nurses calmed your fears, you received personalized, compassionate care at every visit? At TJ Regional Health, we're committed to excellence in patient care for every person, every day. To us, total local care is more than a tagline. It's our promise to you. Come experience exceptional care at the TJ Regional Health network of hospitals and clinics, where people you know care for the people you love. Visit tjsampson.org to learn more.
Good morning. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane reporting. Kentucky State Police say one person has died after a collision in Hart County this weekend. Police say the collision occurred in Interstate 65 northbound lane near the 67th mile marker. Police say an investigation found that 56-year-old Todd Davenport of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, lost control of his vehicle when it left the right shoulder of the roadway. Davenport's vehicle supposedly re-entered the roadway and crossed all northbound lanes before crashing into a concrete barrier wall. The vehicle then flipped completely before coming to a rest in the right lane. Police say they have not found a reason the car left the roadway. Officials say Davenport was pronounced dead on the scene. 50-year-old Devisia Phillips was also in the vehicle. Police say she was transported from the scene and taken to Hardin Memorial Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Police continue to investigate the crash. Officers with the Cave City Police Department say they arrested a man last Wednesday after they responded to the Cave City Post Office after what they're calling a purse snatching incident. Police say a woman informed them that someone had stolen her purse at the post office. According to police, she stated there was over $300 and a black phone in the purse. Police say Joshua Geralds became a suspect after investigation. Officers supposedly found Geralds hiding under a bed in a room at Star Motel. Upon investigation, police found a black cell phone and $315. Geralds was arrested and charged with theft by unlawful taking, purse snatching. He was also served 3 felony warrants. Gerald was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. A man was arrested last Wednesday after police in Cave City received a call about a suspicious person at the Cave City Post Office. Police say postal employees called and detailed a suspicious man near the back dock at the post office. When units arrived, the man had left. After a brief search, authorities located the man in the immediate area, according to a news release. Police say the man appeared under the influence of an unknown drug. Upon identifying the subject as 33-year-old Joshua Kogar, police searched him and found a small yellow bag of suspected methamphetamine. Police transported Kogar to the Barron County Detention Center on charges relating to drug possession. Police say when Kogar entered the jail's body scanner, it detected a foreign object inside Kogar's body. Kogar had supposedly ingested 2 bags of methamphetamine. Kogar was treated at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. He is charged with public intoxication, excluding alcohol, possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, first offense, and tampering with physical evidence. A Florida man has been arrested in Cave City for the second time within a week. Cave City Police say they received a complaint that a vehicle almost struck another vehicle head-on last week. Police say they located the vehicle on 1st Street in Cave City, traveling on the wrong side of the road. When officers stopped the vehicle, police say they smelled alcohol. 48-year-old Michael Sell of Florida was driving the vehicle. According to police, Sell refused standard field sobriety tests and refused to exit his car at the request of officers. Sell was arrested and charged with operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs, first offense, reckless driving, and resisting arrest. Sell was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Officials say the alcohol that spilled into Glens Creek July 2nd during a Jim Beam bourbon warehouse fire is impacting the Kentucky River. The fire occurred in Woodford County. State officials say teams are sampling water oxygen levels and documenting the number of fish killed from the fire. The agencies say crews are seeing increasing quantities of dead and distressed fish. They say dead fish are being found downstream near Frankfort. Reports also say the contamination is expected to make its way to the Ohio River late Monday morning. Other impacts observed on the river include foaming, discoloration, and odor. The agencies are urging caution regarding the consumption of distressed fish. They recommend that if you discover fish that appear to be unhealthy or dying, do not capture or use for consumptive purposes. Officials also say to never consume fish that have already died. While fishing and other recreation along the river is not prohibited at this time, users are encouraged to be aware of conditions before using the roadway. The pilot rollout of Kentucky's new driver's licenses will be postponed in Hart County. Officials say additional time for system improvements is causing the delay. Franklin County and Woodford County recently launched the pilot program and are currently offering the new credentials. According to the State Transportation Cabinet, the rollout date for Hart County and a small number of additional pilot counties will be announced soon. The voluntary travel ID is a part of Kentucky's compliance with the Real ID enforcement. Kentucky licenses and permits will soon no longer be accepted forms of ID for air travel and entering secure sites such as military bases. Officials say the altered schedule will not impact benefits Kentuckians can access using their current driver's license due to a federal extension from the Department of Homeland Security. State officials say the current Kentucky licenses, permits, and IDs will remain valid until their expiration date. Cardholders whose renewal window does not allow them to renew before the Real ID enforcement deadline of October 1st, 2020, can request a new voluntary travel ID credential once it is available in their county of residence. Rollout dates will be updated on the drive.ky.gov/confidentky website as the rollout approaches in each county. A lane closure on Interstate 65 is set to begin today. Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say the Simpson County northbound lane between mile point 6.5 and mile point 8 will be closed for approximately 10 days. Crews are preparing a drainage issue in the area. The left lane will be closed and a barrier wall will be placed in the area. Per standard procedure, the speed limit will be lowered to 55 miles an hour. And the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce is kicking off the school year early with a school supply drive. Officials with the chamber say they're collecting school supplies until July 31st. According to a flyer from the chamber, they are collecting pencils, erasers, notebooks, paper, crayons, markers, pens, calculators, rulers, scissors, book bags, tape, books, folders, binders, highlighters, and any other supplies students may need. Anyone who wants to donate may drop items off at iGo Motors in Glasgow. The address is 2797 Happy Valley Road, shortly past Beaver Trail. We have 69 degrees. Straight ahead, more of the news you can depend on. WCLU News.
Riley Dental Group, a group of dedicated and highly trained dentists who are committed to you and your family's dental health. Dr. Matthew Riley, Dr. Amy Norris Cassidy, and Dr. Jim Thurman. 3 professionals who encourage and facilitate excellent dental care. With the latest in technology, Riley Dental Group offers sedation dentistry for many procedures. They are the well-established source for dental implants in this area, which has changed so many patients' lives. Of course, dental care begins with hygiene. The dental hygienists at Riley Dental Group keep your teeth clean and coach you as you take care of your teeth at home. Commit to taking better care of your dental health. Get the Riley Dental Group on your side today. Call 651-5939. That's 651-5939 and get started. Riley Dental Group, 101 State Avenue in Glasgow.
At U.S. Bank, just picture what you can do with a low home equity rate. Cook up a new kitchen, say I do to the perfect wedding. If you can picture it, you can do it with a U.S. Bank home equity line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead, bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender.
In more news this hour, police in Kentucky say a Lexington police officer was assaulted by a man at a hospital emergency room. Lexington police spokeswoman Brenna Angel says in a news release the officer suffered significant injuries in Sunday's attack at St. Joseph East Hospital in Lexington. Angel says 29-year-old Michael B. Terry was charged with assault against a police officer, resisting arrest, menacing, and disorderly conduct. He was booked in the Fayette County Detention Center. The statement didn't list Terry's hometown. Angel says officers responded to the hospital after commotion in the emergency room. As officers tried to arrest Terry, he allegedly produced a sharp object and struck one of the officers in the upper torso. Angel says the officer is stable and alert. The officer's name wasn't released. Montgomery County authorities are looking for the person who killed a family's pet alpaca. Lori Coffey tells WKYT-TV that she saw Ringo lying down and thought he had fallen. When they tried to move him, they saw he had been shot. Coffey says Ringo came into their lives after he stowed away on a cattle truck of a friend who had gone up north for a cell. Ringo lived in the yard and would walk up to anyone who approached the fence. Coffey says she can't imagine why someone would kill him. Ringo was shot between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. last Tuesday. Sheriff David Charles says the person responsible will face a charge for killing livestock. The person could also be charged with shooting a gun near a home. A 2-vehicle crash in Kentucky left 5 people injured, including 2 children. News outlets report the 2-vehicle crash happened early Friday morning. Lexington Police Lieutenant Andrew Daughtry says a driver alone in a vehicle was traveling at high speeds when they crashed into a vehicle with 6 passengers in it. When firefighters arrived, they found several people trapped inside the vehicle. 2 children with life-threatening injuries and 3 others were taken to the University of Kentucky Chandler Hospital. The single driver was uninjured and taken into custody. The investigation is ongoing. A Kentucky man pleaded guilty to 4 counts of bank robbery. The Bowling Green Daily News reports 47-year-old DeCoris Major reached a plea agreement Tuesday. Major will be required to pay $20,618 in restitution and serve a yet-to-be-determined prison sentence. Major was accused of participating in 4 bank heists in multiple states in a 2-month period starting in September 2016. He robbed a bank in Elizabethtown for about $3,000, one in Scottsville for about $13,000. He took $2,500 from a bank in Indiana and about $1,300 from a bank in Tennessee. Each robbery carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. A legal fight to reveal what kind of surveillance cameras Kentucky's second-largest city has and how they're used will return to Fayette Circuit Court after an order to release the information was reversed on appeal. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports that a circuit judge ordered last year that the Lexington-Fayette urban county government should release all documents relating to 29 surveillance cameras used by Lexington police. The circuit court found the city did not offer enough evidence to support the claim that releasing the camera information would be potentially harmful to people and investigations, but the State Court of Appeals believes that determination was premature. The appeals court says the city of Lexington and activist Mike Murray requested the circuit judge privately review details of the body-worn, handheld, and stationary surveillance technology. Jim Beam says a company warehouse that burned down in central Kentucky and destroyed 45,000 barrels of aging whiskey was equipped with sprinklers and was insured. The distiller is still assessing value of the lost bourbon. Remnants of the fire that erupted late Tuesday continued to burn Friday. Officials want to let as much alcohol as possible burn to reduce the flow of bourbon-filled runoff into nearby waterways. Some of the bourbon has entered the water and has been visible on the Kentucky River. State environmental officials say fish kills were reported due to the runoff. The distiller controller says sprinklers in the warehouse activated when the fire broke out. And a group formed by the legislature is studying the feasibility of privatizing foster care. Says Kentucky should focus on strengthening the system it already has. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports the study's group's 26-page report was published Friday. It urges state officials to remember that privatization is not a silver bullet. The report says the private sector is limited by the same issues the Public Child Welfare Agency faces. Problems include record numbers of minors in and out of home care, high caseworker turnover, and low retention rates, and insufficient funding. Report recommendations include lessening caseworker workloads and broadening the availability of intervention services that help families avoid the removal of their children in the first place. The findings will be presented to the legislature's Child Welfare Advisory and Oversight Committee today. We have 69 degrees. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane.
Let's play a little word association.
Okay.
When I say office supplies, you think of
Express One Source.
Okay. When I say corrugated boxes for shipping materials and products, you think
Express One Source.
How about bubble wrap, foam, stretch film, and tape?
Express One Source.
Okay, then janitorial supplies?
Express One Source.
Office furniture.
I know. Express One Source.
We get all this stuff from Express One Source? How did I not know?
Because they have sales representatives who call on us, and they provide just-in-time delivery.
Wow. Where do they stock all this stuff?
They have a retail location next to the Glasgow EPB and 250,000 square feet of storage space in 4 local warehouses.
So for all this, we have one source.
Express One Source. Check them out at www.expressonesource.com.
Express One Source. We live up to our name every day. www.expressonesource.com.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The murder victim says she's relieved the suspect in her mother's death is now finally in jail.
Nicholas Rucker was captured early Thursday morning, weeks after he was accused of shooting and killing his girlfriend, Vicki Connor, in the Woodbine community in May. Rucker remains at the Knox County Jail to the relief of Connor's family. Her daughter, Ashley Burke, tells WKYT.
A roller coaster. Some days were good, some days were bad. They had split up a couple of times, but for whatever reason, God loved my mother's heart. She tried to see the best in people, so she would try again.
Rucker is facing multiple charges, including murder. I'm Suzanne Duval.
Last week's fire to Jim Beam Distillery is leading to a huge fish kill, millions of dead fish floating on the Kentucky River and piling up on the banks. The Kentucky Energy and Environmental Cabinet says the alcohol plume on the river is now about 23 miles long. State environmental officials predicted this would happen as the water used to extinguish flames at the Woodford County warehouses trickled down into a nearby creek and eventually the river.
I don't believe I would want to swim in it right now. In a few days after all this passes, it would be fine.
The plume is expected to reach the Ohio River this morning and dissipate as it enters the larger body of water. The agency says there could be some impact on the aquatic life where the rivers meet. Some JCPS students are returning to classes today. It's the first day of the district summer backpack league. Nearly 1,000 3rd through 6th grade students are participating in the more than $1 million summer learning program. I'm Jerry Bloom.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hi, it's Kevin Harvick. Join me this July as we celebrate 20 years of racing at Kentucky Speedway.
Give it up for Kevin Harvick. Down to the stripe by 36 thousandths of a second has won it.
Kentucky Speedway was the site of my first win in NASCAR competition, and that was really a turning point in my life and my career.
Join us for a NASCAR tripleheader July 11th through the 13th, featuring the Quaker State 400 presented by Walmart, under the lights Saturday night.
Hey, it's Kyle Busch. Better get your tickets now at KentuckySpeedway.com.
There are some common sounds we all hear in neighborhoods. Birds chirping, lawnmowers, kids playing, and unfortunately, screeching tires. Too many drivers are ignoring the lower limits posted in neighborhoods and school zones. That's why cops are stepping up enforcement. Even if you're only going 5 miles over the speed limit, you will get a ticket. So don't be surprised if you start hearing this sound a little more often in your neighborhood. Obey the sign or pay the fine.
Paid with federal funds through the Kentucky Office of High...
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
This is WCLU Local News. It is 69 degrees at 6:28. In area funeral announcements this hour, Calvin Wayne Fowler, age 66, of Glasgow, died yesterday at T.J. Sampson Hospital. Born in Park City to the late Walter Fowler and the late Mary Ritter Fowler, he worked in maintenance for the Glasgow Parks and Recreation Department and was a member of the Park City Baptist Church. He is survived by one niece, Denise Laren of Smiths Grove, and a great-niece, Christy Mills, and two great-nephews, Cordale Hester and Corey Laren. Funeral services for Calvin Wayne Fowler will be Thursday at 1 at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Visitation begins Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Burial to be in the Evergreen Cemetery in Park City. Sylvia Ann Woods, age 84, of Smiths Grove, died Saturday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. Born in Barron County to the late Henry Olin Ayers and the late Erlene Harmon Ayers, she was a housewife and a member of the Lawrence Chapel Baptist Church. She is survived by a son, Mike Woods of Smiths Grove, two daughters, Joanne Cowles of Smiths Grove and Marilyn Thompson of Hardyville, five grandchildren, Billy Lyles, Courtney Douglas, Amber Ard, Dewena Hughes, Keisha Woods, and four great-grandchildren, Abram Lyles, Credence Lyles, Piper Hughes, and Easton Miles. Special friend, Adam Chapman. Funeral services for Sylvia Ann Woods will be at 11 o'clock on Tuesday morning at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. and continues Tuesday until time for service. Burials to be in the Pleasant Grove Cemetery. Paul Allen Jones, age 48, of Hendersonville, formerly of Bowling Green, died Friday. The Russell Springs native was born in 1971 to Alan Phelps Jones and Tina Eastham Milner. He was a graduate and football player at Bowling Green High School and later attended Eastern Kentucky University and graduated from Western. Paul worked for Regency Bank in Nashville and was later an insurance agent. He was an avid University of Kentucky basketball and Notre Dame football fan. Paul loved his children, people, and being social. In addition to his mother, he is also survived by his children, Andrew Jones and Morgan Jones of Bowling Green, a sister, Susan Milner of Bowling Green, grandmother, Jerry Jones of Russell Springs, stepfather, Wayne Milner of Auburn, former wife, June Franklin, and several special friends. The service for Paul Allen Jones will be at noon tomorrow at J.C. Kirby's Broadway Chapel. Visitation begins at 10 o'clock. A committal service will be held at 3 p.m. Tuesday at the Phelps Cemetery in Jamestown, Kentucky. Roma Albert Parsley, age 92, of Greensburg, died Friday in Horse Cave. The Edmonson County native was born in 1927 to the late Dellard and Rena Kersey Parsley. He was married to the late Anna Lou Parsley. He was a World War II Army veteran, a farmer, and he enjoyed training mules. He was a member of the Cedar Springs United Baptist Church. Survived by four sons, William Todd Parsley of Greensburg, Clifton Albert Parsley of Cave City, Romy Ed Parsley of Glasgow, and Eddie Parsley of Greensburg. A daughter, Beverly Reed of Brownsville, two stepsons, Mike Bennett of Rogersville, Tennessee, and Mark Bennett of Glasgow, 11 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. The funeral service for Roma Albert Parsley will be tomorrow at 2 at the Patton Funeral Home's Park City Chapel. Interment to be in the Fairview Cemetery in Brownsville. Visitation will be from 11 until 2 tomorrow at the funeral home. The funeral service for Paul Wallace Barber Sr., age 87, of Brownsville, will be today at 2 at the Community Church at Cedar Springs. Burial to follow in the Sweden Cemetery with military honors. The Grayville Funeral Home is in charge. Funeral services for Gary Russell McMurtry, age 62, of Summershade, will be this morning at 11 o'clock at the McMurtry Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Summershade Cemetery. Funeral services for Bonnie Moody Adrianson, age 71, of Munfordville, will be this morning at 10 o'clock at Seagull Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Destin Cemetery in Florida on Wednesday, July the 10th, under the direction of the Emerald Coast Funeral Home. Services for Dorothy F. Basham, 85, of Brownsville, will be at 11 o'clock this morning at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel, determined to be in the Brownsville Cemetery. Funeral services, or rather, obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
What if your doctors treated you like family, your nurses calmed your fears, you received personalized, compassionate care at every visit? At TJ Regional Health, we're committed to excellence in patient care for every person, every day. To us, total local care is more than a tagline. It's our promise to you. Come experience exceptional care at the TJ Regional Health network of hospitals and clinics, where people you know care for the people you love. Visit tjsampson.org to learn more.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is Gilead.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly
This morning, ready to take care of all of your dry cleaning needs after last week's vacation. They're ready to serve you today at Key 1 Hour Cleaners.
Patchy fog for us here this morning. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sunshine for us here today. A stray shower thunderstorm can't be ruled out today, but I do think they'll be few and far between. Temperatures into the upper 80s this afternoon. Mainly clear skies tonight, upper 60s. It'll be hot heading through midweek. Partly cloudy Tuesday, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Wednesday with a stray storm possible, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Thursday. Again, a stray shower storm possible, low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ken. Decent rainfall over the weekend. The pop-up showers netted 83 hundredths, 0.83. Humidity this morning's at 96%. Northeast winds at a couple of miles an hour. 29.92 is the pressure, and we're at 70 now at WCLU. That's 70, as I said last hour, 70 sticky degrees.
You find yourself thinking about the future? Perhaps you are considering downsizing or purchasing your first home. Or maybe your family is growing and you need a bigger home. I'm Gay Parker, mortgage originator with Citizens First Bank. With my 40 years of experience helping homeowners in South Central Kentucky, I can find the best mortgage product for you, regardless of your stage of life. Stop in our Glasgow branch or apply online at citizensfirstbank.com. Citizens First, the best choice for the best mortgage loans.
MLS number 419873. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All in subject to credit approval.
Hey, did you know Bluegrass Cellular's offering back-to-school smartphones for only $1 a month?
Whoa, that's as crazy as our back-to-school schedules.
Oh, it's the real deal, all right. So, when Junior has soccer practice...
And Katie has robotics club...
And Junior has guitar lessons...
And Katie has cheerleading...
They can both have smartphones, and we'll all stay connected this year.
So with $1 smartphones, Bluegrass Cellular's not only going to save us money, they'll make managing our busy schedules easier than ever.
You ready to head over there now?
Never too busy for that. From now through July 31st, hurry into Bluegrass Cellular and get the LG Stylo 4 or the Moto G7 Power for only $1 a month. Restrictions apply. Buy online now at bluegrasscellular.com or at your closest store. Bluegrass Cellular, your community, expanded.
Since we're talking about back to school, let me remind you that Aaron in the afternoon here on WCLU is going to be live at Southgate Houchins from 3 until 5 today, and then at Happy Valley Road Houchins too, promoting Stuff the Bus 2019. Yep, it's time to stuff it. Stuff the Bus 2019. All Houchins, IGA, and IGA Crossroads in Barron County are going to be participating in Stuff the Bus. $1 tear-offs are going to be sold, benefiting the after-school programs at Glasgow Independent and Barron County school systems too. So it is up on us. 6:36 now, WCLU. Let me roll over here and get some birthday music, because that's what we need to do, is tell you about some of our honorees here for birthdays today here on WCLU. I believe it's all birthdays so far, but let me double check. Yeah, that's where we are so far. Today we've got a lot of nice folks like Robert Bagby, who is celebrating. Fred Young, Jeremy Reese, Jeff Settle has a birthday today. Dana Denton is celebrating. Amanda Cash, Caleb Fisher, Andy Medley with a birthday today. Brother Neil Jeffries has a birthday today, too. And that's where we're starting off the day on this Monday, the 8th day of July, but lots of room on the paper. And you know, somebody on this list today is going to win a delicious birthday cake from Dairy Queen. You talk about good. Indeed it is, the DQ Way. And also a beautiful rose from down at Greer's Florist going to somebody on this list. But we got to get the names on the list. 651-9149, 800-956-1023, online here at WCLUradio.com. Today, jump over here and tell you that the fact that we were patting on the back by special request, Christopher Dennison. Now, Christopher turned 40 on the second day of July, and we had kind of a little first of the month backlog there of getting folks patted on the back. So we're playing a little catch up right here, but it's not too late to be sure and find Christopher Dennison, pat him on the back, see how he likes 40 so far. It's a new thing. Just birthday just a couple of 3 days ago. But nonetheless, if you see Christopher Dennison around town today, you pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold, too, from WCLU. And a little taste of Texas. 638 Archives in the future.
If you're a sinner, like I am, I would like for you to take a few moments with me and pause and reflect upon the amazing sacrifice that our Savior Jesus made on our behalf. The prophet Isaiah, in chapter 53, beginning at verse 4, says this, "Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we've turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all." How thankful we're to be to our Savior and King Jesus. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Hardee's used to think bowls were useless dishware. Then we created the new Loaded Hash Round Bowl. Crispy potatoes, fluffy eggs, sausage gravy, melted cheddar, and crumbled bacon. Now part of our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. No longer are bowls just college football games you can nap to. Now they're loaded with Hardee's delicious breakfast favorites and in our 2 for $4 mix and match. Try a bowl today. They're actually really useful. Hardee's, because it tastes better.
Available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
Are you ready to soar this summer with really fast and affordable internet from SCRTC? Now's the time. Call SCRTC today to bump up your internet speed and get 1 month free. During the months of July and August only, you can upgrade your SCRTC internet speed and get 1 month of free internet. Depending on service availability with a minimum of 3-month service with 2 megabytes not available after upgrading. You know the kids will need internet over the summer, and with this SCRTC free month internet promotion, now's the time to get that bump of internet speed you've been waiting for. So call SCRTC today, bump up your speed and get 1 month free.
Let me jump in here and tell you about, let's see, first of all, today, one of our favorites, Mr. Billy Wright. We understand that Billy Wright has a birthday today on this, the 8th day of July. And we have a belated greeting from yesterday, but we'll catch up here. It's Amanda Melton Murray. Amanda Melton Murray. She had a birthday yesterday, but let's start the week off and wish Amanda a happy birthday from yesterday, too. Coming up today, the Caverna High School Decision-Making Council is going to meet. It's a 3:30 meeting this afternoon there at Caverna High School. And also coming up this morning at 9:30 at the Mary Wood Weldon Memorial Library, it's Learn Basic Sign Language today. Now, how cool would that be to broaden your ability to communicate by learning sign language? The instructor is going to be Logan Brooks, and you can sign up today at the library. Learn sign language. Let's move on to the archives. It's enjoyable to take a look back and clearly understand the path that got us here. And we're going to have a local noted historian, Sam Terry, who's going to join us to share these memories coming up here just in a second after we hear from Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Hey, Sam, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you, Henry?
I'm doing real good. I'm just enjoying getting started here for the work week. You know, the July the 4th holiday week is always it's an exciting time of the year, but I have I have trouble getting my days straight around that because, you know, one day here and then we're off the next day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But this is Monday, the first of the week, and a fresh new bunch of things to look at from the way of history today. Are you ready to take that path down memory lane, sir?
Yes, sir.
1919. We'll start it off right here with a story out of the Glasgow Times from 1919. It's an obituary here, but it sounds like an obituary of a mighty fine person. This day in 1919, Mr. B.B. Duke, Sr., died at his home near Cave City on June the 25th. Infirmities of old age caused his death. He was in his 81st year. Burial was on the 26th at the home burial ground and after the service by Mr. H.Y. Davis. Mr. Duke had long been a consistent member of the Baptist Church. All right, Sam, so here we go. In Cave City, there is a Duke Street, correct?
Exactly, and it's named for Mr. B.B. Duke, Sr., and his family. And I also have learned that that family burial ground still exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's described as being near Cave City. It's actually right in Cave City on Whitney Woods Road today. So Mr. Duke and his family are resting comfortably there.
And the service by Mr. H.Y. Davis, that is a name associated in the banking industry for years in Cave City, correct?
Correct, and that's a little bit of a surprise. You might need to learn more about Mr. Davis and his ministerial services.
That's right. He might pop up in some other funeral here. Who knows? All right, let's go to 1929. We've got some news from July the 4th, and we got a picture right here, Brennan. This is a picture that Sam has researched and found. I'm going to study this picture right here if you're watching on EPB6 and watching on Facebook Live. Then I'll read the contents here. July the 4th, Mr. W.P. Combs, J.A. Bryant, and T.G. Yancey, representing Davidson Brothers Firestone Distributors, motored to Nashville, where they took a ride in the new 12-passenger tri-motor transport ship. Firestone is the name of this ship, which arrived there that day with a party of Firestone officials on the inaugural business tour of the new ship in connection with the new one-stop service station building program of the company in the South, running into millions of dollars. Now, I'm presuming that picture, are these actual folks here?
They are indeed folks.
I'm sorry. Specifically the ones that you're speaking of here in the archives.
No, they are not.
Okay.
They're not. These folks are in California. Okay. Firestone sent this, as it was being referred to in 1919, airship all over the United States to promote its products and building service stations that we would think of as a normal thing to have today.
Right. Well, this is a airship. Would you say it looks like? Is it an airplane?
It is an airplane. Yes.
Right.
But a 12-seat airplane was something new.
Okay.
And and I thought it was fascinating that they motored to Nashville. It sounds a lot more interesting to motor somewhere than drive somewhere.
It does. You know, it sounds a little more. You're a little more technically headed that way. And also, they're talking about having these millions of dollars being spent on one-stop service stations. If you follow the archives, you'll know that the name Firestone in this community was associated with a mighty fine one-stop service station that sold about everything. Right down there on the corner of, let's see, what would that be? That would be Broadway and Liberty Street? Think about that.
College.
I'm sorry, that's right, College Street. Where did I get Liberty Street? He goes up to Liberty Street. So anyway, that was, that name Firestone was big in this community, and these folks from Davidson Brothers went down there to check out the Firestone airship and I guess take a ride in it. And do some more motoring, I guess.
Well, not too many people were taking plane rides in 1929.
No, they weren't. They really weren't.
Signaling a coming idea.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why I didn't, these people that were kind of knelt down here on the side, they could be Barron County folks, but nonetheless they were Californians. Firestone. Let's go to 1939. This story is so intriguing to me. I don't know enough about it, but it's just the way that they publish and talk about it. It seems to be almost a given. 1939, this day, ministers declare war. Definite action leading toward a cleanup of the roadhouse situation in Barron County, and particularly around Glasgow, was decided upon this morning by ministers and prominent laymen who attended a called meeting of the Glasgow Ministerial Association. Now, County Attorney Brent Dickinson outlined various details of evidence which were necessary before the Commonwealth might hope to obtain conviction in the local courts. The ministers agreed to visit those establishments, accompanied by lay friends, at various times for the purpose of obtaining evidence to be presented to the grand jury in September. No notice will be given by the visitation committee, and their observations are expected to include not only the patrons within the establishments, but those also parked in the vicinity of these places. These names will be recorded as to the time, the place, the activity, etc., and all the data thus obtained will be certified to the grand jury. We feel sure that the good people of Glasgow and Barron County will commend the action of these determined and courageous ministers and will accord them the cooperation that they will make their task the success that it should be. Now, that story, it's a paragraph, but my goodness, how much does that say? Who's going to go to a roadhouse if you know that people are in there writing down the names of who's in there?
I think that was the whole idea. Yeah. And, of course, this was all a lead-up to Carroll M. Redford Sr. running for county judge. Mm-hmm. And he ran on the promise that if he were elected, he would close the roadhouses. They, of course, had not such a great reputation in those days. And he won the election, and he closed the roadhouses.
Of all the cool pictures you've sent me, you have yet to send me a picture of a roadhouse. I want to see if we can find one, so I can see what one would look like.
Well, we know where a few of them were located, and there's a lot of oral history that's being passed along about the roadhouses, but I don't recall ever seeing a photo of any of the roadhouses so far.
Well, this is what a valiant effort here. We're writing down who's in the building, and we're going to write down who's parked near the building. That should pretty much shut it down. 1939. Hopefully we'll have some more good stories about that coming up as their success continues. 1949, Sam, this is in the archives. This is kind of a fun thing to think about. The first in a series of 3 softball games between the Glasgow Rotary Club and the Glasgow Lions Club will begin Monday night at Hammer Stadium. Proceeds from the games will be used to buy uniforms for the Glasgow High School band. What a community effort that was there, Sam. These 2 big civic clubs headed up there for a 3-game series of softball up at Hammer Stadium.
Great community effort, and just the type of thing Glasgow has been known for doing.
Of course, Hammer Stadium right up there behind the old Liberty Street School, and it's a parking lot now, but it was a football stadium up there, and they played a little softball up there too. And I'm sure that the community responded, and those band uniforms were well funded from those 3 softball games between the Rotary Club and the Lions Club. All right, 1959 news, a big name in the history of our community that was coming on the scene here in 1959. Mr. Philip C. Carner assumed his newly assigned duties as the manager of the Interstate Finance Corporation of Kentucky as of July the 1st. Mr. Carner is no stranger to Glasgow, having served as assistant manager of that office prior to his promotion to the manager of the Princeton office. Now, Mr. and Ms. Carner and their 7-year-old son, Bobby, will live at 422 North Green Street. Just a great family, a great couple who contributed much to this community from the standpoint of Mr. Carner, of course, was a councilman for a number of years, and Ms. Carter involved in lots of things from the standpoint of, well, I think about gardening and that kind of stuff. But nonetheless, they were rising citizens here in 1959, Sam.
Very nice folks.
Yes,
It's been a lot to our community.
No question about it. This was a day that a couple of new hires were reported. This was the Glasgow Republican. This 1969, Glasgow City Schools hired former Austin Tracy coaches Charles Day and Jim Mannion. So the two from 1969 getting hired there, Coach Mannion and Coach Day. And Coach Day was my homeroom teacher back in junior high school. He was a good guy. All right. 1969 that was. Let's go to 1979, Sam Terry. We've got actually some upcoming weddings reported here in the Glasgow Daily Times. I've always seen wedding announcements, and I guess these were just sort of like synopsis or reminders of upcoming weddings. 1989, Alicia Polson and Michael Scott, Sue Ellen Williams and Stephen Goad, and Dawn Ritchie and James T. Boiter Jr., all on the lineup of soon-to-be marriage from 1989. This day in 1999, and I don't know, maybe you know more about this. I don't remember the specifics, but this was the day that an archaeological survey team turned up historic artifacts at Bell's Tavern. Do you know more about what they found?
I do not. I know that they exist, and I don't know where the items are, but I suspect they are within the holdings of Mammoth Cave National Park for preservation.
Mm-hmm.
But Joy Lyons was very instrumental in getting Bell's Tavern into a better state of repair,
yes,
and upkeep, and the nice park there.
It really is.
Downtown Park City. Very historical place, and she deserves a lot of credit for her efforts over there, along with a lot of other folks in the community.
Certainly. It's just a whole pretty area. Yeah, got that Lions Club building there not too far. A lot of hard work there. Sometimes you just got to hang with it in order to get it done, and that has happened there in Park City. All right, and let's see, what else do we have here? Going to 2009, Sam. Another production coming up here. Schoolhouse Rock Live to be presented at the Barn Lot Theater in Edmonton. I bet that was a fun production to see. And, of course, the Barn Lot folks have done a great job for a great number of years with meaningful and neat productions there. In 2009, 10 years ago, Schoolhouse Rock Live. What do you think about those archival pieces of information, Sam?
Very interesting information today, and we've got even more coming up later this week.
Yeah, this is we've got airships, and we've got artifacts and roadhouses. Don't get them confused. And I hope we can learn some more things tomorrow when we'll resume for the archives. Thank you, sir, for joining us, Sam Terry, and you have a great day, sir.
You too.
Sam Terry on the archives today, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services. Mighty fine folks, helping things keep moving around here for sure.
The only place you need to go for all of your automotive needs is GillyHide.com. Log on to browse our entire inventory of nearly 400 new and pre-owned vehicles. Take a video test drive, see the Carfax Vehicle History Report, calculate payments, apply for financing, get an instant cash offer for your vehicle from Kelley Blue Book, and check out our sales, parts, and service specials. All this with just a click of a mouse.
This year, Bowling Green comes to the ballpark.
Sleep better than ever with up to 30% savings on every bedroom suite this week at Ford's Furniture, like a solid maple artisan imposed bedroom in a mink finish. Save up to 30% off or get up to 48 months no interest financing on the bedrooms of your dreams now at Ford's Furniture.
Wendy's 4 for $4 is now better than ever because it's the deal with more variety than ever. With 8 different sandwiches to choose from, plus nuggets, fries, and a drink. So choose a double stack, or the crispy chicken sandwich, or a grilled chicken go-wrap, or the junior bacon cheeseburger, or any of these others. Whatever you choose, you still get this much food, all for just $4. So try all 8 and pick your favorite, and taste what makes the new 4 for $4 deliciously different. Only at Wendy's.
25,000 consumers nationwide were asked 20 questions about their financial dealings, satisfaction, recommendations, branch and digital services, and financial advice. The results? Forbes magazine readers found out something many of us have known for years. South Central Bank sets the standard for hometown banking. We're small enough to know you, big enough to help. And with 25 locations, it's easy to bank at one of the best in-state banks. South Central Bank, member FDIC.
Patchy fog for us here this morning. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sunshine for us here today. A stray shower thunderstorm can't be ruled out today, but I do think they'll be few and far between. Temperatures into the upper 80s this afternoon. Mainly clear skies tonight, upper 60s. It'll be hot heading through midweek. Partly cloudy Tuesday, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Wednesday with a stray storm possible, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Thursday. Again, a stray shower storm possible, low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ken. Let's talk about that fog just a minute. We have normally 10 miles an hour is a clear day at the Glasgow Airport. I'm not 10 miles an hour. 10 miles visibility is the clear day at the airport. This morning we have 3 miles of visibility. So there is some haze and some fog and some limited visibility in some areas. So just be aware of that as you're traveling this morning with that fog kind of popping up there. Let's see, the other pieces of information from the weather instrumentation. The barometer is at 29.92. Northeast winds at a couple of miles an hour. We had, if you were under the right clouds this weekend, we had 0.83 of an inch of rain, 0.83. And if you saw what Brendan Crane had on our website yesterday afternoon from some flooding in the eastern part of our county. Check that out at WCLUradio.com. You'll see kind of a scary flow of water on there from that flooding yesterday. But that's what happens when we have these isolated pop-up showers. You know, that name, it sounds harmless until you actually see what some of these pop-up isolated things can do. Can do a whole lot. 70 at WCLU. The weather update this time around brought to you by South Central Bank. It's 7 o'clock.
Uh-oh, it's official. I'm retiring next week.
Well, that's a good thing as long as you've been preparing for it.
But I'm not ready. I kept saying I'll get around to it.
Hello, I'm Anthony Mite, your local Modern Woodman financial representative. Don't be like Miss I'll get around to it. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through NWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
All right, since we got Billy Wright's birthday on, and Billy's giving us some information, so happy birthday, and what are you telling me about flooding at Beckton, Billy?
Well, just below our house here, my sister lives down the road in a little holler.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her on the phone. She said the water got over the road, on the Beckton Rocky Hill Road.
Well, that can be really dangerous, can't it?
Yeah, in case somebody hits it and don't realize it's there.
Yeah, now tell me what your rain gauge had in it yesterday, Billy?
2.49.
2.5 inches for yesterday at all, huh?
That's right.
My goodness, it can come. I bet it came pretty fast too, didn't it?
It came fast and hard.
Well,
out of the north, seemed like.
Yeah, well, let's just be careful. Let's watch out for those kind of things cranking up, okay?
Okay.
And you have a happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Billy Wright there with a little information on the Beckton, 2.5 inches of rain in a short period of time. Wow. So that brings us totally up to date on weather. And we're coming right back to do some trivia here just in a second. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 a.m. as we present Banking on Business, sponsored by the People's Bank. Banking on Business is an interview segment hosted by Terry Bunnell, People's Bank President. Enjoy meeting people from your favorite local businesses and hearing the stories of how they got started and where they're headed. You can check it out online at WCLUradio.com on EPB Channel 6, WCLU 103.1 and 102.3 FM and 1490 AM each Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. Every year, Glasgow Building Supply provides quality driveway sealer to Southern Kentucky homeowners at the best price, and the pallets of premier Blackjack brand sealer have arrived at Glasgow Building Supply. Get a jump on sealing now. Each bucket is coal tar free and covers up to 350 square feet. Easy to use for resealing driveways and parking lots. Blackjack Driveway Sealer. Talk to the pros today at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass. They've got what you need in stock now. All right, we had Billy Wright talking about his flooding out there at Beckton, and Brendan Crane has a video of flooding. Where was it at? Was it on Eastern Barron County? Was it there, Brendan?
It was. It was near the No Bob Road there, out toward 90, around that area.
So do that again for the folks on Channel 6 and on.
Okay, give me just a second.
All right, you can do a little fast whatever. Moving along pretty good, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
I hate to hit that driving a car and not know about it.
Well, and I'd asked the person who submitted the video if there was any impact on the road, and they informed me that there wasn't at that point. Now, whether it became developed, I don't know, but at that point it hadn't.
Yeah, well, we appreciate folks sharing those things that aren't so terribly pleasant, but they are certainly factual to look and see what can happen. Thank you, Brendan.
It's no problem.
7:04 trivia straight ahead.
Wendy's 4 for 4 is the deal you can count on every day. No catch, no strings attached, just 4 items for $4. Hence the name 4 for 4. Choose one of 8 great options like the double stack, spicy chicken wrap, or junior bacon cheeseburger. And you get 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink. A full meal for just $4. Only at Wendy's, baby. That's added value multiplied by tons of goodness. Because the 4 for 4 is what you need when you need it. So turn that car around and hit your nearest Wendy's today.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time. Meal includes 4-piece chicken nuggets, small fries, and small drink. Offer not valid in Alaska and Hawaii.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
Do you hear a squeak? Do you hear a clunk? Is your vehicle making noises it shouldn't be making? If so, stop by Quality Auto Repairs at 300 Reynolds Road and let one of our quality professionals give you some quality advice. Quality Auto proudly installs Jasper engines, transmissions, transfer cases, and differentials with a 3-year, 100,000-mile parts and labor warranty. Large, small, or tires, Quality has it all. Call us for your automobile or trailer tire needs or stop by Quality Auto Repairs, 300 Reynolds Road for some quality service and quality advice.
Got a couple more birthdays here, and I'm going to gladly go over here and get the 60 gong out here for a fellow, one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to know. His name is Andre Shirley. That's right, Mr. Andre Shirley. Today just happens to be Andre's 60th birthday. There's that big 6-0 gong for Andre Shirley today. And also we have Toby Wyatt. Happy birthday to Toby Wyatt today as well. Now, back with trivia straight ahead.
Listen to the delicious crunch of Little Caesar's new Extra Most Bestest Hot and Ready Thin Crust Pepperoni Pizza for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 p.m. Just walk in and pick up a large, crispy Thin Crust Pizza with the most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price of only $6. Little Caesar's Thin Crust Pepperoni Pizza. One bite and you'll be back for more.
Pizza. Top 4 national pizza chains. Extra Most Bestest Thin Crust Pepperoni Pizza versus large round one-topping Thin Crust Pepperoni Pizza. Everyday standard menu prices at participating locations plus tax.
All right, 651-914-9800-956-1023. All the phones are ringing off the wall. I haven't asked the question yet, so maybe folks are calling in birthdays, and we'll get caught up on birthdays here in a second. But let's ask the trivia question, 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. And there's, thank you. Here we go. Between 1847 and 1854, more than 1 million poor people came to the USA from what European country and for what agricultural reason? Between 1847 and 1854, more than 1 million poor people came to the USA from what European country and for what agricultural reason? Hello, Trivia.
Ireland. Potato famine.
Exactly right. Who is this speaking?
Jesse Brown.
Hello, Mr. Brown. How you doing? I figured if I get a history, I hadn't heard from you in a while, so I figured if I could drop a history questionnaire, I could fish you out.
Well, I had 2 or 3 wrong answers last month. I was in a bad mood, I guess.
Well, hey, tell me what you know about the Irish potato famine.
Well, I don't know a lot. It's just the fact that it happened. I'm not...
You're not Irish?
Because.
All right, let me tell you a little bit. The Irish potato famine, also known as the Great Hunger, began in 1845 when a fungus-like organism called Phytophthora infestans, or P. infestans for short, spread rapidly throughout Ireland. The infestation ruined up to 1/2 of the potato crop that year and about 3/4 of the crop over the next 7 years. Because the tenant farmers of Ireland, they ruled as a colony of Great Britain, they relied heavily on the potatoes, and as a source of food, the infestation had a catastrophic impact on Ireland and its population. Before it ended in 1852, the potato famine resulted, get this, in the death of roughly 1 million Irish from starvation and related causes, with at least another 1 million forced to leave their homeland as refugees. So the historical data that I'm using say 1 million came to this country, another 1 million stayed and died.
If I remember correctly, the potato is native to South America. I think that was brought back to Europe by the early explorers.
Yeah, and I've seen, when I was preparing for today, there's pictures. You can find some pictures of this funk that was growing on these potatoes that caused them, that just ruined the whole crop. And certainly uprooted 1 million people and killed another 1 million people. But that's right. You got your dates exactly right there. 1847 to 1854. 1 million poor people.
I remember things like that more than I can remember what happened last week.
Yeah, I know. I have the same problem. What was your last name? Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what it was. All right, Mr. Brown, you have a good day, sir, and we'll send you out for a delicious pizza at Little Caesars, and I know you'll enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Jesse Brown. It was the Irish potato famine. And very impactful. 1 million people came to this country because of it. 1 million more stayed there and starved to death. We'll play tomorrow. Who knows what avenue of thought we will stumble upon that you'll be able to win. It's 7:10.
CBS News Update.
Oh, there you go, aftershock. Right there, baby.
Southern California has been hit with 4,000 aftershocks since last week's 6.4 and 7.1 earthquakes. The shaking has people in the Mojave Desert's Ridgecrest and Trona on guard. CBS's Mark Liverman.
The fear of another major quake has caused some to sleep outside.
It's kind of scary because you never know if it could actually happen again.
For many, the cleanup will take days. For others, weeks.
With the damage that's here, if another quake comes, I'm scared what's going to happen.
Seismologists predict the big one could be lurking. Advice from Kern County Fire Department spokesman Andrew Freeborn.
For those within Kern County, take advantage of those programs that are available to you. To everyone watching outside of Kern County, do not miss the opportunity to plan for a disaster.
Emergency officials say it's a miracle no one was killed or seriously injured in either quake. CBS News Update. I'm
the Royce Radio Family. WCLU 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO 103.1 Glasgow.
Enjoy Wendy's 4 for $4 meals, now with 8 sandwich choices, plus nuggets, fries, and a drink. 4 items for only $4 at Wendy's.
ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Yes, we have a history and roots in Southern Kentucky. Yes, we have a large staff to support our clients with the attention and efficiency they deserve. Best of all, we continue to get better at what we do. You make us better. Let us show you the type of insurance experience we think should always come standard. Every person, family, home, farm, or business we serve gets our best effort. Dedicated to what's best for you, we're ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902, I'm Jared Persley, and I'd love the opportunity to work with you. Please give us a call.
Good morning. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane reporting. Kentucky State Police say one person has died after a collision in Hart County this weekend. Police say the collision occurred on Interstate 65 northbound lane near the 67th mile marker. Police say an investigation found that 56-year-old Todd Davenport of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, lost control of his vehicle when it left the right shoulder of the roadway. Davenport's vehicle supposedly re-entered the roadway and crossed all northbound lanes before crashing into a concrete barrier wall. The vehicle then flipped completely before coming to a rest in the right lane. Police say they have not found a reason the car left the roadway. Officials say Davenport was pronounced dead on the scene. 50-year-old Davisha Phillips was also in the vehicle. Police say she was transported from the scene and taken to Hardin Memorial Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Police continue to investigate the crash. Officials with the Cave City Police Department say they arrested a man last Wednesday after they responded to the Cave City Post Office after what they're calling a purse snatching incident. Police say a woman informed them that someone had stolen her purse at the post office. According to police, she stated there was over $300 and a black phone in the purse. Police say Joshua Geralds became a suspect after investigation. Officers supposedly found Geralds hiding under a bed in a room at the Star Motel. Upon investigation, police found a black cell phone and $315. Geralds was arrested and charged with theft by unlawful taking, purse snatching. He was also served 3 felony warrants. Geralds was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. A man was arrested last Wednesday after police in Cave City received a call about a suspicious person at the Cave City Post Office. Police say postal employees called and detailed a suspicious man near the back dock at the post office. When units arrived, a man had left. After a brief search, authorities located the man in the immediate area, according to a news release. Police say the man appeared under the influence of an unknown drug. Upon identifying the subject as 33-year-old Joshua Kogar, police searched him and found a small yellow bag of suspected methamphetamine. Police transported Kogar to the Barron County Detention Center on charges relating to drug possession. Police say when Kogar entered the jail's body scanner, it detected a foreign object inside Kogar's body. Kogar had supposedly ingested 2 bags of methamphetamine. Kogar was treated at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. He is charged with public intoxication, excluding alcohol, possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine first offense, and tampering with physical evidence. A Florida man has been arrested in Cave City for the second time within a week. City police say they received a complaint that a vehicle almost struck another vehicle head-on last week. Police say they located the vehicle on 1st Street in Cave City, traveling on the wrong side of the road. When officers stopped the vehicle, police say they smelled alcohol. 48-year-old Michael Sell of Florida was driving the vehicle. According to police, Sell refused standard field sobriety test and refused to exit his car at the request of officers. Sell was arrested and charged with operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs first offense, reckless driving, and resisting arrest. Sell was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Officials say the alcohol that spilled into Glens Creek July 2nd during a Jim Beam bourbon warehouse fire is impacting the Kentucky River. The fire occurred in Woodford County. State officials say teams are sampling water oxygen levels and documenting the number of fish killed from the fire. The agencies say crews are seeing increasing quantities of dead and distressed fish. They say dead fish are being found downstream near Frankfort. Reports also say the contamination is expected to make its way to the Ohio River late Monday morning. Other impacts observed on the river include foaming, discoloration, and odor. The agencies are urging caution regarding the consumption of distressed fish. They recommend that if you discover fish that appear to be unhealthy or dying, do not capture or use for consumptive purposes. Officials also say to never consume fish that have already died. While fishing and other recreation along the river is not prohibited at this time, users are encouraged to be aware of conditions before using the waterway. The pilot rollout of Kentucky's new driver's licenses will be postponed in Hart County. Officials say additional time for system improvements is causing the delay. Franklin County and Woodford County recently launched the pilot program and are currently offering the new credentials. According to the State Transportation Cabinet, the rollout date for Hart County and a small number of additional pilot counties will be announced soon. The voluntary travel ID is a part of Kentucky's compliance with the Real ID enforcement. Kentucky licenses and permits will soon no longer be accepted forms of ID for air travel and entering secure sites such as military bases. Officials say the altered schedule will not impact benefits Kentuckians can access using their current driver's license due to a federal extension from the Department of Homeland Security. State officials say the current Kentucky licenses, permits, and IDs will remain valid until their expiration date. Cardholders whose renewal window does not allow them to renew before the Real ID enforcement deadline of October 1st, 2020, can request a new voluntary travel ID credential once it is available in their county of residence. Rollout dates will be updated on the drive.ky.gov/confidentky website as the rollout approaches in each county. A lane closure on Interstate 65 is set to begin today. Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say the Simpson County northbound lane between mile point 6.5 and mile point 8 will be closed for approximately 10 days. Crews are repairing a drainage issue in the area. The left lane will be closed and a barrier wall will be placed in the area. Per standard procedure, the speed limit will be lowered to 55 miles per hour. And the Glasgow-Barron County Chamber of Commerce is kicking off the school year early with a school supply drive. Officials with the chamber say they're collecting school supplies until July 31st. According to a flyer from the chamber, they are collecting pencils, erasers, notebooks, paper, crayons, markers, pens, calculators, rulers, scissors, book bags, tape, books, folders, binders, highlighters, and any other school supplies students may need. Anyone who wants to donate may drop items at iGo Motors in Glasgow. The address is 2797 Happy Valley Road, shortly past Beaver Trail. We have 7:18, 70 degrees straight ahead. More of the news you can depend on. WCLU News.
Come on down to Bailey Gibson. The 2018s have to go.
All 2018 models are marked down. Buicks, GMCs, cars, trucks, SUVs, they've all got to go. Prices have been cut.
Cut below invoice?
Yes, get a new 2018 below invoice pricing, in addition to all available incentives. Need financing? We can help with that also. Come on down to 306 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Check out the big savings on all remaining 2018 Buicks and GMCs on the lot. These are the lowest prices of the year. Find the vehicle you like and let us help with the rest.
Remember, Buicks, GMCs, savings, Bailey Gibson.
Gibson, they're my deal-making, hand-shaking, wheel-turning, hard-working dealer.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Those are words a parent never wants to hear, but don't worry, I'm here to help when you do. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson with Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. Cold and flu season can be scary and intimidating unless you have a plan. Be sure to wash your hands, drink water, eat well, and get plenty of rest. But when that doesn't work, or when your kid picks up the latest bug tearing through their class, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to help. We offer same-day appointments for sick visits, and we make sure that we are up to date on the latest treatments to guide you through whatever hits you or your family. Many times, quick response can head off the worst of the symptoms, so put Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic on your speed dial and let us get you feeling better faster. 270-629-6722. Remember our new location right across from TJ Sampson Hospital at 1214B North Race Street. Together, we can keep you on the path to good health.
Call my mama. She will make you all better. 270-629-6722.
Police in Kentucky say a Lexington police officer was assaulted by a man at a hospital emergency room. Lexington Police spokeswoman Brenna Angel says in a news release the officer suffered significant injuries in Sunday's attack at St. Joseph East Hospital in Lexington. Angel says 29-year-old Michael B. Terry was charged with assault against a police officer, resisting arrest, menacing, and disorderly conduct. He was booked into the Fayette County Detention Center. The statement didn't list Terry's hometown. Angel says officers responded to the hospital after a commotion in the emergency room. As officers tried to arrest Terry, he allegedly produced a sharp object and struck one of the officers in the upper torso. Angel says the officer is stable and alert. The officer's name wasn't released. Montgomery County authorities are looking for the person who killed a family's pet alpaca. Lori Coffey tells WKYT-TV that she saw Ringo lying down and thought he had fallen. When they tried to move him, they saw that he had been shot. Coffey says Ringo came into their lives after he stowed away on a cattle truck on a friend who had gone up north for a sell. Ringo lived in the yard and would walk up to anyone who approached the fence. Coffey says she can't imagine why someone would kill him. Ringo was shot between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Tuesday. Sheriff David Charles says the person responsible will face a charge for killing livestock. The person could also be charged with shooting a gun near a home. A two-vehicle crash in Kentucky left 5 people injured, including 2 children. News outlets report the two-vehicle crash happened early Friday morning. Lexington Police Lieutenant Andrew Daughtry says a driver alone in a vehicle was traveling at high speeds when they crashed into a vehicle with 6 passengers in it. When firefighters arrived, they found several people trapped inside the vehicle. 2 children with life-threatening injuries and 3 others were taken to the University of Kentucky Chandler Hospital. The single driver was uninjured and taken into custody. The investigation is ongoing. A Kentucky man pleaded guilty to 4 counts of bank robbery. The Daily News reports 47-year-old DeCoris Major reached a plea agreement Tuesday. Major will be required to pay nearly $21,000 in restitution and serve a yet-to-be-determined prison sentence. Major was accused of participating in 4 bank heists in multiple states in a 2-month period starting in September 2016. He robbed a bank in Elizabethtown for about $3,000, one in Scottsville for about $13,000. He took $2,500 from a bank in Indiana and about $1,300 from a bank in Tennessee. Each robbery carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. A legal fight to reveal what kind of surveillance cameras Kentucky's second-largest city has and how they're used will return to Fayette Circuit Court after an order to release the information was reversed on appeal. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports that a circuit judge ordered last year that the Lexington-Fayette Urban County government should release all documents related to 29 surveillance cameras used by Lexington police. The circuit court found the city did not offer enough evidence to support the claim that releasing the camera information would be potentially harmful to people and investigations. But the State Court of Appeals believes that determination was premature. The appeals court says the city of Lexington and activist Mike Mary requests the circuit judge privately review details of the body-worn handheld and stationary surveillance technology. Jim Beam says a company warehouse that burned down in central Kentucky and destroyed 45,000 barrels of aging whiskey was equipped with sprinklers and was insured. The distiller is still assessing value of the lost bourbon. Remnants of the fire that erupted late Tuesday continued to burn Friday. Officials want to let as much alcohol as possible burn to reduce the flow of bourbon-filled runoff into nearby waterways. Some of the bourbon has entered the water and has been visible on the Kentucky River. State environmental officials say fish kills were reported due to the runoff. The distiller says sprinklers in the warehouse activated when the fire broke out. And a group formed by the legislature to study the feasibility of privatizing foster care says Kentucky should focus on strengthening the system it already has. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports the study group's 26-page report was published Friday. It urges state officials to remember that privatization, quote, is not a silver bullet. The report says the private sector is limited by the same issues the Public Child Welfare Agency faces. Problems include record numbers of minors in and out of home care, high caseworker turnover, and low retention rates, and insufficient funding. Report recommendations include lessening caseworker workloads and broadening the availability of intervention services that help families avoid the removal of their children in the first place. The finding will be presented to the legislature's Child Welfare Advisory and Oversight Committee on Monday. We have 725, 70 degrees. For WCLU News, I'm Brennan Crane.
Listen up, members of Farmers RECC. Your annual meeting is Thursday, July 11th at the Cave City Convention Center in Cave City. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. Enjoy the music of Rockland Road, formerly the Martin Family Circus, the scholarship drawing, prizes, and your co-op connection to safe, affordable, and reliable energy. That's Farmers RECC's annual meeting, July 11th. More details at farmersrecc.com.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Some JCPS students are returning to classes today. It's the first day of the district's summer backpack lead. Nearly 1,000 third through sixth grade students are participating in the more than $1 million summer learning program. The Jefferson County program is free and includes breakfast, lunch, and field trips. The only suspect in the disappearance of Bardstown mother Crystal Rogers is being targeted by new signs. Rogers was last seen by the father of her youngest child, Brooks Houck. Houck was named a suspect months after his girlfriend's disappearance, but he's never been charged. One of the Bardstown signs is a reminder that Houck is the only suspect in the now 4-year-old case. while another sign says Houck's brother Nick, a former Bardstown police officer, failed a polygraph test. Last week's fire at the Jim Beam Distillery is leading to a huge fish kill. Millions of dead fish floating on the Kentucky River and piling up on its banks. The Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet says the alcohol plume on the river is now 23 miles long. State environmental officials predicted this would happen as the water used to extinguish flames trickled into a nearby creek, then into the river.
I don't believe I would want to swim in it right now. In a few days after all this passes, it would be fine.
The plume is expected to reach the Ohio River this morning, then dissipate as it enters that larger body of water. The agency says there could be some impact on aquatic life.
Folks aren't going to have much success fishing in the river for the next probably a few weeks.
Drinking water not expected to be impacted. I'm Jerry Bloom.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There are some common sounds we all hear in neighborhoods. Birds chirping, lawnmowers, kids playing, and unfortunately, screeching tires. Too many drivers are ignoring the lower limits posted in neighborhoods and school zones. That's why cops are stepping up enforcement. Even if you're only going 5 miles over the speed limit, you will get a ticket. So don't be surprised if you start hearing this sound a little more often in your neighborhood. Obey the sign or pay the fine.
Paid with federal funds through the...
Did you know termites cause over $5 billion in property damage each year? Luckily, you can protect your home with Arrow Exterminators and the Centricon system with always active technology. Centricon creates a protective barrier around your home to stop termites before they ever have the chance to attack. It is truly investment protection for your home. The pros at Arrow Exterminators also specialize in pest, mosquito, and fire ant control. And you can feel good knowing that all services are backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. All you have to do is schedule a free home evaluation, and a licensed Arrow professional will come to your home and inspect, identify, and then treat in the most environmentally responsible method available today. Call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or arrowexterminators.com. It's not just pest control, it's Arrow Exterminators Pest Control.
All right, good morning from WCLU. Waking up here with it's 7:30 and it's 70 degrees. And I think that what we're going to do is, if I can find my little earphones down here where I can tell what I'm saying, we're going to jump in here and do the weather forecast for today. And it looks like Apollo PC Glasgow is going to help us out with this.
This WCLU Weather Channel update brought to you by Apollo PC Glasgow.
Ugh, why is this thing so slow?
Is your slow computer frustrating, but you don't want to pay the money for a new one? Well, check this out.
Hi, I'm Chris from Apollo PC. Nothing runs better than a new computer. Our refurbished models are practically good as new. Right now, get a complete computer system with monitor, keyboard, mouse, and speakers running Windows 7 for only $300. Or if you prefer a laptop, we have fully refurbished models for only $250. And we wouldn't put the Apollo name on it if they weren't top notch.
Search faster with Apollo PC. Chain Drive in Glasgow next to Sweetheart Bakery.
Patchy fog for us here this morning. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and sunshine for us here today. A stray shower thunderstorm can't be ruled out today, but I do think they'll be few and far between. Temperatures into the upper 80s this afternoon. Mainly clear skies tonight, upper 60s. It'll be hot heading through midweek. Partly cloudy Tuesday, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Wednesday with a stray storm possible, low 90s. Partly cloudy and hot Thursday. Again, a stray shower storm possible, low 90s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ken. We are really warming up around here, 74 degrees, and the fog has really reduced in the last hour or two. We had 3 miles of visibility last hour. We're at 7 miles at the Glasgow airport right now, so the sun is certainly going to get it out of here, it looks like, but Pretty humid out there this morning, 96% humidity, 29.92 is the pressure. Over the weekend, we had 83 hundredths of an inch of rain, 0.83, and 74 at 7:31.
Enjoy half-off sushi every Monday and Tuesday at Shogun Bistro in Glasgow. That's right, half-off sushi each Monday and Tuesday at Shogun Bistro right off the square in Glasgow. Shogun Bistro. You've chosen wisely.
Spend your weekday afternoons learning the common sense way to handle your money. The Dave Ramsey Show on WCLU from 1 until 4 helps you deal with money management, debt freedom, and financial peace. Brought to you locally by Lock Shield Partners, creating a map.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
What if your doctors treated you like family, your nurses calmed your fears, you received personalized, compassionate care at every visit? At TJ Regional Health, we're committed to excellence in patient care for every person, every day. To us, total local care is more than a tagline. It's our promise to you. Come experience exceptional care at the TJ Regional Health network of hospitals and clinics, where people you know care for the people you love. Visit tjsampson.org to learn more.
Honoree or something like that, let Ralphie's make it fun. They do a good job. Let's see, a couple of belated birthdays from yesterday. We got Mr. Harry Word. Mr. Word turned 88 yesterday. And also, happy birthday from yesterday to Amanda Milton Murray. Today, we're wishing happy birthday with Melissa Jones, Andre Shirley. Andre, by the way, is 60. Toby Wyatt for the birthday. Billy Wright. Andy Medley, Caleb Fisher, Amanda Cash. Amanda, we understand, is 37 today. Dana Denton celebrates. Jeff Settle, Jeremy Reese, Fred Young, Robert Bagby, all having birthdays today. And we have, where our pat him on the back gentleman today is Christopher Dennison. Yes, it's Christopher Dennison Day on the radio. He was nominated to be good as gold on his 40th birthday, which was last week. Marcia Payne says we need to pat him on the back, let him know he's good as gold. We can handle that. Just ask him how he likes 40 so far from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. We would appreciate that. 74 degrees, 7:35.
Hardee's used to think bowls were useless dishware. Then we created the new loaded hash round bowl. Crispy potatoes, fluffy eggs, sausage gravy, melted cheddar, and crumbled bacon. Now part of our 2 for $4 mix and match deal. No longer are bowls just college football games you can nap to. Now they're loaded with Hardee's delicious breakfast favorites and in our 2 for $4 mix and match. Try a bowl today. They're actually really useful. Hardee's, 'cause it tastes better.
Available for a limited time during regular breakfast hours at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Price and participation may vary.
Some people say, you know, a pharmacy is a pharmacy. You go in, you buy the same pills you can buy anywhere. I would tell you different. I know from my own personal experience at Glasgow Prescription Center, the difference really is the people that work there. I was having a hard time sleeping. I couldn't get the right mask for my CPAP machine, and it was really affecting the way I live. Luckily, I met Bryant at Glasgow Prescription Center, and he pointed out a new mask that was similar to my old mask, but might fit better and might relieve the pressure that I just couldn't stand and couldn't sleep with at night. And I'm happy to say I'm sleeping better, I feel better, and it's all because I'm at the right person at the right pharmacy. Glasgow Prescription Center is not just any other pharmacy. And I would encourage you that if you're not happy with the service you're getting, or you're looking for the right kind of home medical product, or you just want to see a smiling face when you go to the pharmacy, Glasgow Prescription Center is the best place to go. Located in the Southgate Shopping Center, call 270-651-8889.
At Hatcher & Sadler Funeral Home, our team of licensed funeral directors and our support staff are dedicated to serving local families with the utmost respect and attention. We work very hard to make sure every detail of the services we provide are completely done to your satisfaction. No detail is too small, no request unimportant. If it's important to you, then it's just as important to us. Hatcher & Sadler Funeral Home in Glasgow, serving all with dignity and respect since 1899.
Hey, don't forget, coming up, registration for the Parks and Recreation Summer Day Camp ongoing for the week of July 22nd. It's Monday through Friday, 9 to 2, in the day camp building located behind the Glasgow City Pool out at American Legion. Each camper will get free breakfast and lunch every day, plus a free day camp shirt. And the activities include daily trips to the city pool, a movie theater trip on Wednesdays, and a field trip to Ralphie's Fun Center on Fridays. Registration is $48 per participant. You can call the rec department this morning at 651-3811 to register because the spots are filling up very, very quickly. $48, that's all it costs for all that fun. I think you should jump in there and take advantage of that as quickly as you possibly can. Thursday of this week, the Glasgow Garden Club is providing all the supplies, and they'll be lending a hand to children as they create their own fairy garden at the Mary Wood Weldon Memorial Garden. And that's going to be at 1 p.m. The fee is $3. Registration is required, so get signed up for that. And, of course, today, a big deal that's coming up. Aaron in the afternoon of WCLU fame is going to be broadcasting live at Southgate Houchins from 3 until 5 today. And also at the Houchins Happy Valley Road location, promoting Stuff the Bus 2019. Yes, going to get a jump on it. And to get started early for Stuffing of the Bus. All Houchins and IGAs and IGA Crossroads in Barron County. And it's a $1 tear-off being sold, benefiting the after-school programs at Glasgow Independent and at Barron County School Systems. Are you ready to stuff? Stuff the bus. Aaron will be out there from 3 until 5 this afternoon.
Good morning, friends. According to the best dictionaries, the term fool is defined as one without reason, sanity, or sobriety. It is one without understanding. The thinking of such a one is said to be bound up in foolishness and worthless reasoning, such reasoning that ultimately leads to destruction and ruin. The wisdom of all of the world and of all the scholars and philosophers of the world is defined by the Bible as being foolishness before God. And yet, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Psalms chapter 14, verse 1. The fool has also said, I don't follow nor believe the Bible teaching on every subject. I will do and believe it my own way. Your truth is your truth, but I have a different truth. That statement in and of itself identifies the mind that's irrational. The fool has said man was not created, but rather evolved from some animal form. The fool has said that there are other ways to God besides Jesus. The fool has said that there are other gods other than Jehovah. He has said, I will get myself right before God later. The fool has said that he or she doesn't want to be too fanatical about following Jesus. They say a lot of things, but surely reveal them to be just that, foolishness. Don't be foolish, but understand the word and will of God. These words are the only source of life. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Chances are you have a wedding to go to this summer. It's just that time of the year, and you have gifts to buy for the newlyweds, and you're wondering where to go to find the right gift. Let me tell you, the Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express. The Empty Nest, now celebrating their 10th year in business in Glasgow, has a wide variety of things that both brides and grooms will love. To decorate their home, take on the honeymoon, or just a cute little accessory for her to enjoy. When it comes to gifts, think Empty Nest inside the Pharmacy Express in Glasgow.
Wendy's 4 for $4 is the deal you can count on every day. No catch, no strings attached, just 4 items for $4. Hence the name, 4 for $4. Choose one of 8 great options like the double stack, spicy chicken wrap, or junior bacon cheeseburger. And you get 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink. A full meal for just $4? Only at Wendy's, baby. That's added value multiplied by tons of goodness. Because the 4 for $4 is what you need when you need it. So turn that car around and hit your nearest Wendy's today.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time. Meal includes 4-piece chicken nuggets, small fries, and small drink. Offer not valid in Alaska and Hawaii.
The mattress savings are amazing now at Ford's. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Restonic, and Ford's mattresses. Get a king mattress set for the price of a queen, or a queen for the price of a full, or get up to 60 months interest-free financing now at Ford's Furniture.
Did you know Ford's Furniture offers Power Assist lift chairs? We have a great selection available in a variety of colors and fabrics from petite to large for a perfect fit. And Ford's offers a hassle-free shopping experience and timely full-service delivery and setup from Ford's Furniture.
From the north,
south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
That spins the globe and sees what we can find in the way of tidbit news here for this time around here, Brennan.
All right, sounds
Busy
good.
morning up there in the newsroom, and it's not going to, really, it's going to be a long day. You got city council tonight, too, and I know you're looking forward to that, always broadcasting what's coming up here locally, and why don't we just look at a couple of tidbit news stories.
Sounds good.
And I've looked over this story because I thought, well, KNN had it or something like that, or maybe some of the others had it. But I have not heard anybody bring this up. Officials in a Kentucky city said they broke a Guinness World Record when 657 people gathered to participate in the world's largest paper ball fight. Have you heard about this?
I haven't.
All right, Morgantown, which is over there in Butler County. It's a nice community there. Anyway, Morgantown, on 7 o'clock last Thursday night, Morgantown, Kentucky hosted the record attempt as a part of its annual Catfish Festival. The balls of paper were tossed by a total of 657 people, according to Mayor Billy Phelps there in Morgantown. Guinness adjudicator Philip Robertson was on hand to confirm the previous record of only 283 people. That was set back in 2015, and it was set in Canada. And now the Americans have upended the Canadians by now holding the record by a long shot of the record paper ball fight participants. This guy from Guinness, his name is Philip Robertson. Actually, the mayor of Morgantown, Billy Phelps, shared the photos on Facebook of the moment that Robertson awarded a certificate for a new record.
Wow.
So, that's one way to get your name in the news. Thursday night during the Catfish Festival, 657 people.
Right here in Kentucky.
That's right, the world's largest paper ball fight. So if you heard that somewhere else, we're not trying to repeat it, but I just haven't, and you haven't heard it, and I haven't heard it. But I saw it on a Access's UPI that had this. So anyway, we'll keep you up to date regardless of the source.
Yep. Well, you need to know that sort of stuff because.
That's right.
Wow.
And it's it was Canada was like 283. This was 657. Man,
it's a big jump.
Yeah, a couple other things here that I saw on the news wires this morning that I was gonna. Tidbits were they're a little too, what's the word I'm looking for? Graphic, maybe?
Yeah. Well, oftentimes they can be.
Yeah, and so I'm not really into graphics too much, and we have snake stories every day, it seems.
Yeah.
So I'm just passing on snake stories. Even this one in Arizona where they removed a snake from the engine block of a car. Snake's not a smart snake.
No.
But anyway, in Roswell, New Mexico, Brendan, police are looking for whoever cut the locks and the fencing on some exhibits at a zoo, allowing 4 animals, including a bobcat, to escape before they were quickly found nearby. Police in Roswell say they discovered the vandalism after a visitor noticed cut fencing at the red-tailed hawk exhibit yesterday. The zoo was evacuated, and the staff was discovered that other vandalized enclosures had freed a raccoon, 2 raccoon-like Cotamundus, and a bobcat. Officials say the animals were found within 20 minutes in a non-public zookeeper area. Spring River Park and zoo staffers believe only the raccoon might have ventured into a visitor area. Authorities say that they're glad the animals stayed in their comfort zones, but the vandalism could have put people and animals in danger. What do is it just somebody who thinks that the animals shouldn't be confined, maybe?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It somewhat sounds like that, but also that person, those animals can be dangerous.
Are we going to have to start screening for bolt cutters?
Yeah.
Before you
bringing in that sort of paraphernalia into the zoo. That's yeah.
Search your backpack for cutting torches.
Well, and we could go on and how things have changed, but yeah, like even when you go to amusement parks and stuff, like the kindest places in the world, like Disneyland, Disney World, it's like you got to go through a security checkpoint before you even go in.
Yeah, well, it's where the point we've come to.
That's right.
And finally, this story, let's end up on a happy note right here. No snake stories, nothing like that. But former President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind are marking their 73rd wedding anniversary. And they're approaching George and Barbara Bush as the longest married presidential couple in U.S. history. Wow. The Carters were married, get this, July the 7th of 1946 in a Methodist church in their hometown of Plains, Georgia, when he was 21 and she was 18. The Bushes wed on January the 6th of 1945. They had been married 73 years and 111 days when Barbara Bush died back in April of 2018. Now, on Valentine's Day this year, the Carters were caught on the kiss cam at an Atlanta Hawks game. Don't you know that's a keeper?
Yes.
The Carters have 3 sons, 1 daughter, 8 grandsons, 3 granddaughters, and 2 great-grandsons. Carter is a Democrat. He was the president from 1977 to 81. He's now 94. And George H.W. Bush is a Republican. He was the president from 89 through 93. He was 94 years of age. There's a lot of... You sit there and talk about those two folks, and you've got some very presidential things to recall for sure.
Solid portions of history.
No question about it. Even on the kiss cam at the Hawks game. I wish I'd have seen that.
Yes. Well, that's lovely to know that people love each other,
That's right.
that many years.
That's right. And, it probably has contributed to the many years.
I would say so.
All right. Okay, Brendan, that's about all that I can say we have today.
Well, that was good.
That's just little tidbits here and there, no snake stories, no... we'll have a snake story tomorrow.
We had one Friday. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they seem to be people at the AP. They like to write about snakes, it seems, and of course, who likes snakes? Maybe that deals with the fear about just getting it out of your system. All right, Tidbit News, 7:48.
What if your doctors treated you like family? Your nurses calmed your fears. You received personalized, compassionate care at every visit. At TJ Regional Health, we're committed to excellence in patient care for every person, every day. To us, total local care is more than a tagline. It's our promise to you. Come experience exceptional care at the TJ Regional Health network of hospitals and clinics, where people you know care for the people you love. Visit tjsampson.org to learn more.
The People's Bank is not just your local community bank. We are your hometown family bank. When you walk through our doors, I know you by name, and you are treated like my family. So please come and see me, Sue Gentry, at the People's Bank, 1300 West Main Street, here in Glasgow, and I will be glad to help you with all of your banking needs.
The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, we're going to say goodbye to the folks on Facebook Live this morning because of the fact that we're fixing to play a little bit of music. I have not completely reviewed some of the names right here. Whoops, I just found actually several more birthdays here I need to get on the air. Let me jump up here and get the birthdays straightened out. Emma Ray Moore. Emma Ray Moore is having a birthday today. It says here she's officially a teenager. Happy 13th birthday to Emma Ray Moore today. Let me get over here and talk about Brooks Slaughter. Brooks Slaughter, she is turning 29 today. So congratulations to Brooks Slaughter today. Want to be sure that we get those on there. And now let me get over here to Facebook Live. I have not done a good job of thanking folks for tuning in today, just because we've, I have a lot of excuses, but nonetheless, we've just been busy around here. I'll get that list up and we'll share it a little bit later. But we do thank you for joining us, and we do enjoy all the nice conversation, the many nice comments that people make about our Facebook Live broadcast, and we're going to keep that going for sure. What does it mean to listen